Good morning. Good morning, church. A change has come over me, and now I sit at his feet to do what must be done. I'll work and work until he comes. Change. It's such a powerful word. A word for a lot of us signals fear, insecurity, resistance, uncertainty, a bold challenge to walk our talk, the ability to leave the past behind and be present in order to meet an opportunity to move us beyond who we think we have to be in order to become who we are called to be. Moreover, change challenges our desire to maintain power and control. Think about it. When something new or different comes into view, most times our first inclination is to put our mind in use, to think about how the event poses a challenge, could shake things up for us and our plans, and our minds begins to race to protect. Once we've had time to process and think through the circumstance of change, later on we might find ourselves in a space of saying, okay, fine, I changed my mind. It might not be such a bad thing after all. But here's the dilemma. While we've changed our minds to accept and move with the shifts that are happening all around us, we forget to work towards the change that needs to happen within us, the power of a changed heart. So, what happens when we do the work necessary to move from having a change of mind to unearthing the power of having a change of heart? In the scripture for today, we receive Jesus in the temple teaching as he was confronted by the chief priests. Oh, just imagine someone coming to your place of employment that you've been in charge of for a long period of time, a stranger no less, with a following of people. I could imagine him, the chief priest, tapping Jesus on the shoulder saying, "Young man, sir, who do you think you are? By what authority do you do these things? Who gave you this authority?" Jesus snaps back, not with an answer to yield to their authority, but a response that not only challenged their authority, but questioned their intelligence. I also will ask you one question, which, if you tell me, I likewise will tell you by what authority I do these things. The baptism of John, where was it from? From heaven or from men? Then there was a lot of reasoning back and forth on the chief priest's part. If we say from heaven, he will ask us, why then did we not believe him? But if we say from men, we fear the multitude, for all hold John as a prophet. Ultimately saying, we do not know. Dismissing the chief priest this time, Jesus continued with the parable of the two sons, with the first son telling his father, "No, I will not go and work in the vineyard today," who later changed his mind, and a second son who said that he would go work in the vineyard, but did not go. Jesus questioned, which of the two did what his father wanted? The first, they answered. The priest thought that manipulation and an empty belief could fool and outsmart Jesus. So, church, which of the two sons followed what his father wanted? Truth be told, neither of them at first glance. Both were disobedient to their father. However, in this case, the first son did something that the text seems to support, that perhaps our very own lived experiences can recognize. Although he was disobedient, he had a change of heart. Hesitant faithfulness overrides unfaithfulness anytime. Let me say that one more time. Hesitant faithfulness overrides unfaithfulness anytime. So while we are giving the answer to the question of which of the two ultimately did what his father wanted, there is a small detail on the surface that seems to go unanswered. What is the distinction between having a change of mind versus having a change of heart? When we have a change of mind, it's immediate. We are able to walk away from a situation without a thought. Imagine yourself driving a car and you decide to make a left. No, I'm going to make a right. You're chatting with a friend and you say, did you buy the purple sweater? No, I actually changed my mind and bought the yellow sweater. How was your date today? I changed my mind and I decided not to go. A change of mind is an easier process. We do not have skin in the game. While having a change of heart takes courage, vulnerability, and persistence to stay the course, to do the work and realize it's okay to try again, because your faith is rooted in a power that wants you to explore the highest purpose and plan possible for the evolution of your soul. Maybe I can shed some light on this experience of change. When Pastor Kaji called and asked me to preach this sermon, my first response to her was, Kaji, I'm not a preacher. I'm a life coach, I am a spiritual teacher, but I am not a preacher. Kaji, being who she is, she said, why don't you take a day or so to think about it? I responded by saying, sure. So I started to go back to Princeton Seminary mode. I grabbed all the commentaries that I could grab, jotting down small notes, exploring the parable of the two sons more closely. All week, no words. Nothing came. Friday, nothing came. I decided it's because I need a spa service. So I gave myself a face mask. I acted like I was at Elizabeth Arden, had a glass of champagne. Maybe that would do the trick. Nope. Saturday, I have all these ideas that seemed to be floating in my mind, but nothing was quite working. I started to second guess myself. So I said, let me pick up the phone and see who I can call. I called Gail. I said, Gail, what are you doing? She said the same thing I was doing 10 minutes ago when you called before. Don't you have a sermon to write? I said, okay, she's not gonna help me with my distraction that I need right now. So I text my partner Joshua, who was in class, and I said, oh, he can't respond. He is in class. All right. Is it too late for me to call Kaji and say that I changed my mind? There's a reason why I have not written a sermon in 11 and a half years. There's no way that I want to struggle with this. So I started prepping for a TV segment that I have this week. I started outlining the next book, and when the Spirit hit me in that small, still voice, and was very clear and said, call your friend Ben from high school who lives in Seattle. I said, oh, okay, I haven't talked to him in a while, but I'll call him. So I pick up the phone, I call Ben, and he goes, hey, Klay, what's going on? I'm dropping my girlfriend off. Can I give you a call back later? I said, oh, it's okay. I'll wait till you drop her off. I'll just be on hold. It is quite okay. He goes, Klay, what's going on? So I explained to him that I'm not sure why I just can't seem to find the words. I write keynotes almost every day for a living. I do workshops, I meet clients where they are, but why can I not seem to find the words for this sermon? He responds, well, Klay would probably say, and anytime somebody mentions your name and the words that they know, you would say to them, you have to listen. Klay would probably say, change is involved here. What are you resisting about writing this sermon? You clearly changed your mind about the church a while ago, but did it register to you that now you have a change of heart? You're present. You are here, right now. You can let go of the past fully, forgive, and drop into your heart and try again. Believe again. Have heart again. Wow. Wow. Because of a few bad experiences, I simply walked away and became a victim to my own circumstance, allowing the cheer and excitement that I once knew overshadowed by the past. And today, I have a change of heart. So church, what are you resisting? What have you changed your mind about? Have you changed your mind about love? How many of us have changed our minds about love because we were burned by a bad relationship? We so desperately want to share the love that we have for another, but are too afraid to deal with the possibility of pain again. So we change our mind. How many of us have had to change a mind about our purpose? Exhausted from the hustle and bustle of staying the course, lessons learned and sacrifice of following our call, so we change our mind. Have you had to change a mind about our country? Simply cannot take another breaking news story, sick of the hate speech, and cannot possibly join another march for equality. So we change our mind. Just 2 days ago, I was on the subway in a subway car, and a white passenger came in, and you could tell he had a monologue he was ready to share. And the first thing he said is, all of you Mexicans are going back to Mexico. I hope that the proposed wall that is going to come up is bigger than what we could ever think about. You can laugh now, as people started to laugh in disbelief, but you are going to be shipped back with all of the rest of them. There was an utter silence that fell over the crowd. And it was not in a spirit of fear, but a spirit of being tired, of being exhausted. We all sat in silence in a change of mind. Have you changed your mind about yourself? Not feeling like you're worthy of love, your dream job, worthy of forgiveness, worthy of healing, or worthy of a refreshed start, or cannot embrace the vulnerability of being naked with yourself? How many of us have had a change of mind about the direction of this church? Is it a question about one, not feeling empathy, compassion, love, and God in this place? Or is it that we are resistant to change because it questions our self-perceived position of power and worth? Instead of taking the hand of our neighbor and walking the field of growing together, we just can't deal and open ourselves to courageously finding ways towards a change of heart. So we give up and walk away. Church, have you changed your mind about God? Here is what I know to be true about the promises of God. God promises us that we are never alone. The sufferings of the world, the joy of the world, God is with us. And no matter how many times we might feel that we got it wrong, God is sitting there saying, no, 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 you have it just right. In your time, in the right season. Jesus reminds us that there is growth in the vineyard. Jesus reminds us that there is growth in the vineyard. And here is the most amazing and blunt truth about the vineyard. Sometimes it's not the most glamorous of spaces, but there is a community of believers who are there every day, standing with you, believing with you, and who knows firsthand the power of a changed heart. Church, come back to love. Come back to your purpose. Come back to our country, to all of our efforts in this space, to yourself, our God, and any of the spaces where God has called you to today have a change of heart. Amen.